Sorry, motherfuckers, for last time. I realized that my audio was shit, and I accidentally used my MacBook Pro audio recording instead of the the fucking the Rode microphone that's right in front of my fucking face the whole time, which was terrible. So, anyway, let's get into the movie. Today is the film High Ground. This came out in 2020. It's a thriller mystery Australian film. The runtime is 1 hour and 44 minutes. So, High Ground is a 2020 Australian drama action thriller slash meat pie Western film directed by Stephen Maxwell Johnson. They don't really give a description about the movie, but it's basically a film about how the English came to Australia and overtook the country, I guess, and how they mistreated and abused the Aboriginal culture. So, in a bid to save the last of his family, Gadjuk, which is an Aboriginal young man, teams up with an ex-soldier, Travis, which is an English soldier, to track down Baywara, which is Gadjuk's uncle, the most dangerous warrior in that territory. So this film, I was expecting it to be pretty emotional, pretty brutal, pretty fucked up to a certain degree. But I didn't expect the violence to be as as in your face as it was. It really. So I'm just going to rating that I gave the movie before I start talking about it, because I watched it a few days ago, just so I make sure I have the correct perception of it. Okay, cool. Thought it was that. The shooting scenes, the brutality of the soldier just slaughtering females that are just innocent and vulnerable, slaughtering children, doing it as like a fun and games kind of sport, was presented in a manner that was brutal and gut-wrenching and hard to see, but it wasn't over the top. They did it in not sure if this is the right word, but in a tasteful way, where it wasn't it was fucked up, but it wasn't over the top where it felt unrealistic. It felt real, it looked real, and it seemed to get across the message it wanted to get without being, too in your face about it. The acting in this film was pretty good. The main actor that plays Travis, what's his name, is the guy from The Mentalist. What is his name? Simon Baker. Plays Travis, and I see him. I haven't seen him in fucking anything in ages, but he plays the character of Travis pretty much perfectly. I don't see how he could have improved it. He was believable, he was emotional, and you could see that he loved and respected the culture, the Australian Aboriginal culture. What I would have liked to see more of is why he respects it. Don't really understand the motives of certain characters. You don't really we're not told why they're doing what they're doing, and their belief or morals behind it, besides it being clearly fucked up. But why do they view it fucked up and other people don't? Like, what is the difference between these two individuals who come from the same culture? And how would have liked to have seen the Aboriginal culture a little bit more. They show some dancing, they show them hunting, they show their traditions, but would have liked to see the full Aboriginal culture. They're exploring different cultures of the Aboriginal culture. It's different. I'm not sure if clans or groups is the correct terminology, but I feel like they should have dived into it a little bit more. But I guess it is hard in 1 hour and 44 minutes. I did see this movie with my girlfriend, and she told me after the film that it is not accurate to the true events that unfolded. So they did change some facts about the film to bring it to the theaters, which with me is okay, but I'm not sure how the Aboriginal community would feel about that. I'm not going to speak on their behalf or for them, so I'm going to leave that, I guess, out of this review specifically. But if it was a story about my culture and it wasn't presented in an accurate manner, I personally wouldn't like that. But because it is not my culture, and it's not my place to say, so I'm going to leave that out of my review rating and not really give much opinion about it. I liked how they built on the relationship between the Aboriginal young man and Travis, how they never fully trusted each other. There was a bit of tension always between them and a bit of uncertainty about if one would betray the other. So you're always on edge throughout the film. I liked that they didn't hold back the racist people's views. They made them blatantly racist and offensive, to show how much of a worthless pieces of shit that they were and how demeaning and wrong society has treated the Aboriginal community and Aboriginal society. How we pretty much came to their land, stole it, we put our laws on them, and they had no real say. It's their country, their land. And there's a specific scene when the Aboriginal, I'm going to say he's a commander, but I'm not sure, elder, was in a meeting with the English commander, which was Moran, I think. Forget the exact name. But the Englishman was like, he did something that was against the law. He broke the law. And the Aboriginal guy was like, I'm not saying a word for word, but this is the main message. Said that, what law? This is my land, my country. He has not broken one of my laws. So you could see how there was a bit of disparity between a lot of disparity between the two communities, how it was the Aboriginal people's land and these people came from the outside, but they're claiming it to be theirs. So I thought that was a really, really interesting and well done script. One other thing I did like was the relationship between Travis and I think his name was Eddie, which is Travis's like don't want to say best friend, but his closest friend, I guess. That was in the army with him. I would have liked to see a little bit more history about them too, what they did in the war together, maybe a flashback or two about their relationship together. But yeah, it's me being nitpicky and wanting more from this film. It was a thoroughly enjoyable experience throughout. I also would like to see of what Simon Baker's character Travis' relationship was with Claire, and what Claire was doing in the town, in the village. They again didn't fully explore the characters. I'm not sure why. They kind of kept them surface level. I wanted to see more. I guess that's my main criticism of this film. I wanted to see more character development, more personality, more backstory, and just where things are headed. Yeah. Other than that, the visuals are fucking amazing. There's a bit of comedy throughout the film, which kind of broke the tension and the depressive nature of the topic. I thought they handled the overall message of the film well. And as I said, they didn't do it over dramatized, or they didn't make it too unnecessary, violent, or brutal. They did it in a tasteful manner. I recommend that you see this movie, even though it might not be accurate to the event itself and about the specific Aboriginal in the story. It kind of gets the main message across about how they were mistreated as a culture. So yeah, overall, none of the music really stood out to me per se. The sound of the film was done really well, like the sound of the rifles. The dialogue was well done. The dances were well done. The visual effects were fucking amazing. I loved the scenery of the outback. It's gorgeous. Yeah, overall, this film, I'm giving it an 8.25 out of 10. I recommend you go see it with your mother, your grandmother, your father, your grandfather, and your children, and your neighbor, if you have any of those. Or watch it on your own, because it's worth the viewing. 8.25 out of 10. I'm out of here, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the review, and it helps the channel out. Peace out.